Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha. Nirbighnam Kuru Medeva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Parambrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Shajeha Varoginam. Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां स्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्भ्यां तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम् ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तमैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ओम श्री कृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः Now the 6 shlokas. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatye Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha, Teshamevanukampartham, Ahamajnanajam Tamaha, Bhashayamyatmabhavasthaha, Jnanadipena Bhasvata, Jyotishamapita Jyotihi, तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः ओम शांति 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 अथ श्रीमद् भगवद गीता षष्ठोऽध्यायः ध्यान योगः ओम नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमं व्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी ओम Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session, the beginning of the 6th chapter, which is called Dhyana Yoga, or also it is called as Atma Samyama Yoga. Atma here means the mind, Samyamam means the control. So the word itself indicates Dhyanam is a method or a sadhana to ensure that the mind is controlled such that it becomes very tranquil, peaceful, calm and happy. And by practice of dhyana or meditation for a significant period of time consistently, that peace of mind that is incidental during that period of dhyanam will percolate even after dhyanam. So we'll discover all that as we study this chapter in detail. It's a very important chapter. PVS pending. I'll come to it. Yeah, sure, Sundar Mama. I remember that. I didn't want to begin with something that is historical. We'll start something new. Okay, I was saying something. Okay. So all of you chanted the Dhyana Shloka, Yam Brahma. In that one word came. Do you all notice that? dhyana vasthita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaha. See? Dhyana vasthita. So this word has been given a special space in the Dhyana shloka itself. And so he says Dhyana shloka also. Clear, huh? So now, what we'll do, we'll chant the first shloka of the 6th chapter. Then go back and complete the Padavibhaga Anvaya for the last shloka of the 5th chapter. And then you will be able to establish the connection between the 5th and the 6th chapter. And then go forward from there. Clear, huh? Now let's chant the first shloka. Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Shashtodhyayaha. See, you should have it Shashtha. Mahaprana should come. So when you do the 60th birthday celebration, you should say Shashti Abdha Purti. You should not say Shashti Solavadanga. When you say Skanda Shashti, it should be Shashti. Small thing, Sanskrit. Please note down. Clear? Now, Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Shashtodhyayaha Dhyana Yogaha Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashritah Karma Phalam Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha Sannyasi cha yogi cha Naniragnirna Chakriyaha. Lata, madam, you want to chant or shall I chant? Chant.
Atha Shashtodhyayaha Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashritah Karma Phala Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha Sannyasi cha yogi cha Naniragnirna Chakriyaha.
Oh, very good. All of us together. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashritah Karma Phalam Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha Sannyasi cha yogi cha Naniragnirna Chakriyaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So you see the beginning of the 6th chapter, Bhagavan wants to give a kind of completion to the term sannyasam. Can you see? The second line, the third padam, sa sannyasi, cha yogi. So why? Because in the previous 2 chapters, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogaha and Karma Sannyasa Yogaha, the word sannyasam is prevalent. Can you all write down systematically? 4th chapter, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogaha. 5th chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yogaha. So what is the popular definition of a sannyasi or sannyasam for all of us? A person who has moved away from family life, given up all the karmas. There is no nitya karma ordained for a sannyasi. They have certain anushtanams, but there is no Sandhyavandhanam and all like what we do. For them, it is a different routine. So a person was given up all the karmas, especially Agni Karyam. Please understand. Traditionally, a Brahmana is supposed to do multiple Agni Karma. That means what? Certain oblations to the fire god on a daily basis, weekly basis, fortnightly basis, monthly basis, quarterly, yearly basis, half-yearly basis, yearly basis. And there are so many different samskarams. There are totally 48 samskaras. And I told you it starts from Agnihotra samskaram. The Agni Karyam up to Vajpayee Yajna, so many different what? Yajnas are prescribed for a Brahmana. So for the benefit of all people, very soon we will start Sandhyavandhanam meaning course. Ram Subbu, we have to connect to complete the material. In that, all of you are chanting evening Upasthana Mantram. I don't know whether anybody remembers. But in that, the meaning of the mantra, one portion says that I'm supposed to do a number of yajnas, Havir yajna, all those things. I'm not able to do So, hey Bhagavan, Varuna Bhagavan, treat this evening Sandhyavandhanam as equivalent to the Agni Karma. And Ganesh Ramurthy, how intelligent our rishis are there. They know that we cannot do all this in America, in Iceland, in Tokyo, even in India, in Bangalore, we cannot do. That is why at least do Sandhyavandhanam properly. Even that if you don't do properly, then what happens? So now coming to the point. So our popular definition is that person who has given up all the rituals and activities. Please understand, a sannyasi who has taken proper traditional sannyasam will not offer anything into the Agni. These are all required fundamental knowledge to understand this portion of Bhagavad Gita. So that is our popular definition. But Bhagavan is not allowing or considering that kind of sannyasam for Arjuna and through Arjuna for all of us. Please understand. Bhagavan says no need to take what? Karma sannyasam. It means what? Giving up all the actions, wearing ochre robe, and then following the sannyasa anushtanam. Are you getting my point? The goal of life is getting jnanam. Because only through jnanam you will get moksham. Sannyasam is a lifestyle which will help you to get jnanam, because you can focus on Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana consistently without any disturbance. But if you are able to focus, dedicate quality time for karma, karma yoga, upasana, dhyana, and Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Sakshatkara will happen even if you are a grihastha, very, very busy person. Are you getting the point? I'm going to pick up the pace because I'm sure all of you have got some very solid fundamentals. 5 chapters of Gita is studied in a lot of detail. Nah, all of you downloaded the ebook, the 6th chapter ebook. Just before the class also I approved a lot of last minute arrivals. Like some people rush to the flight just before the flight is supposed to be, they say, the door closed. Like that, a lot of people just put the orders, even approved it before coming to the class. So all of you please download. We'll be using it very effectively. Okay, now you understood? Final call. Correct. Very good. Air travel. Final call. Correct. Very good. Okay. Now, this is the beginning. So Bhagavan wants to continue from where he left in the 5th chapter about a karma sannyasi. Clear? Huh? So what he is saying here is that don't need to take what? Karma sannyasam, leave all the karmas, wear ochre robe. Nah. So, wearing on and going on, this is no bhiksha, don't not required. You be where you are. Be comfortable, Ram Venkat, you be where you are and follow all the disciplines systematically, but importantly, study the Vedanta Shastras, get Jnanam, then you can be what? A Jivan Mukta here and now. Please understand. Whether you are a Stri or a Purusha, you can become a Jivan Mukta. So you understood the 3 terms, Sadhyo Mukti, Jivan Mukti, and Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti is what happens after the physical body perishes. Clear? So quickly let us go back to the last sloka of the 5th chapter. Chant it once together. Do Padavibhaga Anmaya. Understand it and go to the first sloka of 6th chapter. Very nice, beautiful sloka. I told you this particular sloka pretty much defines the entire Gita Saram, entire Vedanta Saram. So definitely you can chant it once. So sloka number 29, last sloka of Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, together. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvalokamaheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatva Mam Shanti Mrichyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We began the discussions on this sloka in the last class. I pointed out the most important word in this sloka is what? Anybody, do you remember? Just a couple of days back. Jnatva, very good. Write down. Jnatva, Gnanam, knowledge, knowing. Jnana devatu kaivalyam. Only with knowledge one can get realization. Only by knowledge that you are pure consciousness, you become realized. You don't need to go and acquire something. You are already, in essence, pure consciousness. You have to only recognize and know. I was talking to somebody this morning. So the person was saying, Arvind Balasubramaniam, it is very difficult to give up certain practices that come into us wrongly. Correct? When you study the Bhagavad Gita, you will start realizing I should give 1, 2, 3, 4. You can try for 1, 2, 3 days. Fourth day it will come and stick again. Correct? So please understand, in this process of Vedanta Gnanam, removing things that have been accumulated wrongly, removing wrong knowledge is 99% work. Kiran Gopurajo. Nah, there's nothing new to be acquired because you are that. Tattvamasi. You are that principle. So that is why everybody has got an opportunity. If you said this is like what? Malati Madam Suprabhatam, like 1 ton of gold, then only some people who can go and go to gold mine will get it there. Actually, that huge treasure is within you to say is your nature. So it is only Jnatva. Tamevam vidvan amritaha iha bhavati. Where does it come? Somewhere it comes, no? 𝐒𝐚𝐫𝐢 𝐊𝐚𝐵𝐻 आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे tamevam vidvan amritaha iha bhavati. 2 times it comes. What is the meaning? Tam evam vidvan amritaha iha bhavati. Tam vedahametam. I am that. That what? Adityavarnam tamasah parasthat. Beyond ignorance, beyond darkness, beyond the matter principle. I am that pure consciousness. I have realized. And Arvind Balasubramaniam Rishi is exalting. Veda aham etam purusham mahantam. I am that Supreme Purusha. You all learned the 15th chapter. Purushottama Yogaha. What does Bhagavan say? There are 3 types of Purushas. So all should brush up. All knowledge should come together for becoming good Dhyana Yogi. Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. Clear? The Uttama Purusha is beyond Kshara Akshara Purusha. That Purusha, Purusham Mahantam. Okay, clear? So now what is Bhagavan saying? How should you understand me? Me means what? Bhagavan is saying. How should you understand Bhagavan? It's a beautiful step-by-step process. I told you sometime in the beginning, depending on the capability of the individual asking the question, somebody comes and asks, who is Bhagavan? Subramanian sir, who is Bhagavan? What is Bhagavan? What answer will you give? What answer will you give? So today you note down. Depending on the capability, I told you there are 3 types of people generally. What are they? Manda adhikari, madhyama adhikari, uttama adhikari. Clear? Huh? Manda adhikari means what? Simply, person is not very knowledgeable, very inquisitive. Nah? Person wants to be what? Just to know, to tickle and find out. Do you know? Vitandavadam. Nah. Madhyama adhikari slightly serious. Uttama adhikari really serious. Clear? Huh? So for Manda adhikari, what do you say? What is Manda adhikari mean? What? The beginner. So Bhagavan is the person who has created the entire universe. You see all this world, sun, moon, stars, everything. So Bhagavan has created all these worlds. He is the Lord of all the worlds. Ishvaraha. Ishana sarva vidyanam, Ishvara sarva bhutanam, Brahmadipatir Brahmano Dipatir Brahma Shivo me Astu Sada Shivom. Na Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. You get a mark, Veda Mantra in the law. Ken, Burida. Na Parameswaran definition. Burida. So he is the Lord. Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. Ishvara means what? Aishwaryasya idam Ishwaram. Ishwaram means lordship. Radhasagar, clear? Is the Lord of all the worlds. So the first way to understand Bhagavan is he is the Lord, the supreme king of all the 14 worlds. Clear? First point. Then, second is he is the person who is receiving all your offerings, all puja, japa, dhyana, homa, tirtha yatra, all the things you are doing. He is the receiver. Receiver means what? Not receiving and storing in some godown. He is going to reformat it and give it back to you as karma phalam. Bhagavan doesn't want to own anything. Are you getting the point? Many people say, now for Perumal, I'm doing Ekadashi Varatham. In a Guru Pansar Supravatam. Perumal, what does Perumal require Ekadashi Varatham? Nah, see, I'm going to do this puja for Ganesha only. Nah, that's all understanding you got. Okay, beginning it is okay, it's not wrong. But in using Bhagavan, Ganesha, Hanuman Chalisa, I'm chanting for Hanuman. Hanuman Chalisa, we're chanting for Hanuman. Rama Rakshana Stotram, we're chanting for Rama. Actually, what is the meaning, Subramanian sir? You are chanting for your benefit. Rama, Hanuman, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Perumal, everybody, Shiva are nothing but an instrument for you to focus. Clear? Are you getting the point? Bhagavan is called as Atma Kamaha, Apta Kamaha, Akamaha. Write down. Bhagavan doesn't need anything. He's Paripurnam, Purnamadah, Purnamidam. But when we say all the offerings we do, Bhagavan is taking means for what? He has to reflect it back to you in packaged form. LV sir, suppose how to convert your prayers into money. Think about it. Krishna, you're remembering your screen. You are praying for money. Are you giving money to Bhagavan? 1 rupee bordering. Arvind, you will go and put 1 rupee in the hundi, ask for 1 crore rupee. We are also very smart, correct? In the process, we are also doing a lot of prayers, correct? The sincere prayer, the puja, japa. Bhagavan knows how to format it and give it to you at an appropriate time. If you deserve it, the money will come. The Kanakadhara Stotram, correct? How? An old lady got all the gold coins or not? Did she expect? How it came? Like that it will come. When it will come, how it will come, we don't know. So Bhagavan, when we say, is Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. I'm not giving any gas. Sloka meaning only I'm giving. When Bhagavan is the receiver or the enjoyer of all that you are offering, it doesn't mean Bhagavan is going to store it somewhere. He doesn't have a bank. Nah. Anyway, today bank also is going for a toss. Correct? Nah. Is it going for a toss or not? How many banks have gone already? Like in cricket match, wickets are falling down. Banks are one by one knocking off. Na G.V. Kumar, correct? Like that. So better don't need to have any bank. Bhagavan is going to give it back to you. He's called a karma phaladata. So write down, when you say Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, the way to understand is Bhagavan is a karma phaladata. Bhagavan is the Lord of all the worlds. Please understand. More importantly, by saying all these things, we are keeping Bhagavan very far away. Somewhere in Mount Kailash, somewhere in Vaikuntham, somewhere is resting. You have to struggle hard. When will you go and reach Bhagavan? All those questions arise, right? So Bhagavan says beautifully, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the best friend. He is the best philosopher. He is the guide. He is the best well-wisher for all the beings, provided you can tune to that frequency of Bhagavan. One has to have the subtle mind to tune to that principle of Bhagavan, where Bhagavan becomes a best friend. A best friend is always a well-wisher. Correct? LV sir. Some films are there. Everybody may desert, but the best friend will not desert a person. Correct? So that's why Bhagavan is the best well-wisher, best friend of you. So have that bhavana. All this you start thinking because it's all required for you to do dhyanam. When you go to dhyanam, all this comes into the picture. And so Bhagavan says, Jnatva, when you know Bhagavan as this, in the beginning, as somebody who has created the world and the Lord of all the universe, the intermediate stage who accepts all the worships and gives you the karma phalam, and the higher stage is the best friend. And where is this best friend? Not mentioned here. Where is this best friend? It is somewhere. Phone a friend. You all have this, no? Kaun Barenga Karodpati. Phone a friend. I don't know. I saw that 15 years back. Is the program still there? Who wants to be a billionaire? Still there, huh? Huh? Chetan Sharma is still there? I don't know. Huh? You have to phone a friend. Huh? You need to phone Bhagavan. You need to put a phone call to Bhagavan. Huh? What is Bhagavan's phone number? Where is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is very much within you. Say Suhridam. Hridaya Sthitam. Suhridam. He is very much in only one particular person's heart. In everybody's heart, Bhagavan is there. Why are we not able to understand? Because of Ajnanam. Chetan Sharma, more and more you clean the mind, the more mind becomes pure, you will recognize that Bhagavan is part and parcel of you. When you understand Bhagavan like that, Antaryami, Sarvantaryami, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktihi, Sarvantaryami, and you know when Bhagavan is very close to you, then what happens? All your tension is gone. Bharati Mohan, correct? Huh? No tension, only attention. And so your mind is always free. Supreme peace and happiness dwells. And when you continue the thought that Bhagavan is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, then what happens? You get permanent peace. Clear? Huh? All of you turn cameras, many people, Devika, Ravi, Radhika, everybody. Huh? Now look at Padavibhaga Anmaya. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatva Mam Shantim Richati. Only one word you have to break. Now, Anmaya Jnatva Mam. Can you see? The first word itself in Anmaya is Jnatva. Jnatva Mam Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Richati Shantim. Clear? PBA team? Sharp. Now, meaning, Jnatva Mam. Who is saying this? Be sharp in the class. So I'll release all of you by 8:30. A lot of people still already gone to Dhyanam. You know, lot of people in IPL Dhyanam already. I was only hoping that this match doesn't come on a Saturday evening in India. Many people already in IPL Dhyanam. So by 8:30, I will, if you are quickly answer the questions, then I will finish the class quickly. Okay. Who is saying this particular sloka? Bhagavan. Correct? So, Jnatva Mam. So, Bhagavan is saying, you all know me as only as Krishna. Maya Rupam, I have got this. Now, this particular Vesham, Pitambaram, all those things, right? I am not this. Actually, I am, you know who I am? Jnatva, know me. Knowing me as what? Write down 1, 2, 3. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam. Point 1. Bhoktaram. Receiver, enjoyer of what? All rituals and austerities. Yajnamna enna? All your rituals. Ejadeva pujayam. All the rituals you're offering, whether in the fire, or through puja, or through archana, or through dhyana, japa, tirtha, whatever you're offering, Bhagavan is the ultimate receiver. न आकाशात् पतितं तोयं यथा गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कारः केशवं प्रति गच्छति. Clear? Everything goes to Bhagavan. Now, should this Bhagavan be or Vishnu or Maheshwara or Brahma or what? Should be Saraswati, Lakshmi, in the Bala Natarajan, Suprabhatam. What should this Bhagavan be? That means what? If you are only belong to one side type of community, then you go only to Perumal. If you do like this, it will go to Shiva. Abdiya. The principle, Bhagavan is a principle. Please understand. Bhagavan is beyond name and form. The external appearance is only for concentration, but Bhagavan is a principle. Clear? Yatta dadresham agrashyam agotram avarnam achakshu stotram tadapani padam nityam vibhum sarvagatam sasukshmam yadbhuta yonim tadabhyayam paripashyanti dhiraha. That's why you should study Upanishads. Keep saying. Without studying Upanishads, knowledge of Bhagavan is never going to be complete. So God as a principle is a receiver of all the rituals and austerities. Clear so far? Point 1. Actually, it should be reorganized. Should say first is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. That means what? He is a creator, sustainer, dissolver of the entire universe, of all the 14 worlds. 𝐒𝐴𝐷𝐤𝐚𝐫𝐚 bhuta nijayante ye najata nijivanti yat prayantyami sammishanti tad vijijñāsasva tad brahmeti. That is Brahman. Creator, sustainer, dissolve the entire universe. Why should Bhagavan create? Next question should come. Na Lakshmi Narasimhan, Bhagavan. Simply, we don't have work. So we keep on doing something, seeing IPL match, that match, this match. Why Bhagavan should create the world? So that we extinguish all our karma phalam. Please understand. Tons and tons and tons of karma phalam is there. All that karma has to be extinguished. So he has to give the field for extinguishing karma. So he is the creator of all the worlds. A lot of, if you create a world, you should govern it, correct? Can you have anarchy? No, Pavitra madam, if you have anarchy or dictatorship in a country, what happens? Suffocating, right? You have a proper ruler always. Many countries are going through dictatorship nowadays. Correct? So one should have freedom, free. King should be just. So Bhagavan is a just king, supreme lord of all the world. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Point 1. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, receiver of all rituals and austerities. Tapasam. Tapas means what? Today you do, one day you do Ekadashi Vratam, Pradosha Vratam, you do all the austerities. All Bhagavan is taking, and what is he doing? He'll reformat it and give it to you. Only Bhagavan has got technique. Vaibhavam Lakshmi, he knows how to, because everybody cannot offer, money to Bhagavan. If you want money, you do tapas. You do puja. No, N.K. Venkataraman sir? No. Satish Nishchal. Ullavaru Shivalaya Maduvaru. Nanenu Maduvenu Badavanaya. Many people have got money, they can build temples. But if I don't have anything, what I can do? I will do tapas. I will do puja. Clear? So that you get what you need. So Bhagavan says, come to me. I will give you what you want. Don't go to some charlatans. Don't go to some half man, half God, God man, bad man, good man, all those things. Go to Bhagavan. Keep saying that again and again. Okay. Most importantly, third point, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Did I do Anvaya fully? Anvaya is over, no? Not Anvaya. Anvaya is not done. Anvaya is done, no? Not done, na? Okay. Jnatva Mam. Somebody is saying done, not done. I get very involved. I don't know what I did also. Done. Okay. I'm going in the order. Jnatva Mam, knowing me. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, supreme lord of all the worlds. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, receiver of all the rituals, enjoyer of all the rituals and austerities. Third point, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Suhridam, well-wisher, best friend, philosopher, guide of all beings. So Bhagavan has no partiality. Please understand. Meenakshi, don't say, look at the neighbor and say, look, very nice, very happy person. Bhagavan is only blessing him or her, not blessing me. You pray to Bhagavan, then you will get better blessings. Clear? What is external, don't think. Internally, there will be other problems. Okay, all of you switch on cameras, many of you not camera on. How will you learn Dhyanam? You don't have camera on. And to look at whether you're sitting properly, breathing properly, you're doing corrections, then only you learn Dhyanam properly. All of you switch on cameras quickly. Then if you know Bhagavan as these three, what will happen to you? Bhagavan is already resting in your what? Yo Veda Nihitang 𝐒𝐫𝐢 𝐊𝐚𝐫𝐚. Yo Veda Nihitang, Yo Veda. Veda means what? Shivani, Vedam na, Vedam na, not Veda mantras. Veda means know, who knows. Nihitam 𝐒𝐤𝐚𝐫𝐚 𝐵𝐚𝐴. The secret cavity of the heart in the space. Hridayakasham for Dhyanam. Say Bhagavan is resting there. When you can start recognizing the Bhagavan in your inner self, you are that pure consciousness. You and Bhagavan are not different. Shantim richati, attains. Richati attains Shantim. What? Add Parama Shantim. Supreme happiness, supreme peace dwells in the mind when you understand Bhagavan. Clear? Huh? Now, why we should know Bhagavan? Many people say, Sir, why should I waste my time, sir, knowing Bhagavan? Bhagavan is small, sir. Bhagavan is there in temple, somebody is doing puja, let him be free. No, why should I go to Bhagavan? Why should we go to Bhagavan? Because when you know Bhagavan, you attain everything. Brahmavidya apnoti param tadesha bhyukta. Brahmavit param apnoti. One knows Brahman, one knows Bhagavan properly. Param apnoti. Shantim richati. Both are one and the same. Clear? You understood? So this is the real nature of Bhagavan. How to know that Bhagavan? One important sadhana is Dhyanam. So Bhagavan will continue in the 6th chapter this particular topic. Clear? Huh? And now all of you note down. What is the wonderful Upanishad mantra that summarizes this? All of you write down. Eko deva sarva bhuteshu gudaha sarvavyapi sarva bhutantaratma karma dhyakshaha sarva bhutadi vasaha sakshi cheta kevalo nirgunascha. Wonderful mantra. 𝐒𝐴 sir. If I had to explain this mantra, it will take another 2 hours. For now, all of you write down. Can somebody find out? Google, Chat GPT, go and ask. Eko deva sarva bhuteshu gudaha. There is only one supreme being. He is present in the heart of everybody. Eko deva sarva bhuteshu gudaha. Sarva vyapi. Not only inside the heart, but is all present everywhere. Sarva vyapi, sarva bhutantaratma. He is the innermost self. All beings. Karma dhyakshaha. I told you, no? Karma dhyakshaha. Karma phaladata. Receiver of all your karmas and gives you karma phalam accordingly. Sarva bhutadi vasaha. Again and again. Bhutadi vasaha. Sarva bhuteshu gudaha. Again and again this mantra is saying. Shveta Upanishad mantra. Correct. Very good. Excellent. So again and again this mantra is saying he is within you, within you, within you. Eko devaha sarva bhuteshu gudaha sarvavyapi sarva bhutantaratma karma dhyakshaha sarva bhutadi vasaha. Can you underline these 3 words? Sarva bhutadi. Yes, sarva means what? For everybody. No selective. No selective. Only for this community I will give. That community I will not give. Nah. No differentiation. Yeah, please understand. So, sarva bhutadi vasaha. And what is the real Bhagavan principle? Sakshi cheta. Witness consciousness, pure consciousness. What? Kevalaha. Kevalaha means what? There's no attachment. Nirgunascha. That's what I told. Supreme principle is Nirguna Tattvam. When we take Shveta Upanishad, I'll take this mantra in detail. For now, write down the Upanishad reference for the last sloka of the 5th chapter. Clear? Huh? Now, let's go into the 6th chapter. Let's chant once again. Now, chant together. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sannyasi cha yogi cha naniragnirna chakriyaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the 5th chapter, the end, Bhagavan only mentioned the sloka. Just now you understood, no? Who can explain about Bhagavan? Who can explain about Bhagavan? Only Bhagavan can explain about Bhagavan. I'm sure you should revise 10th chapter, 11th chapter, everything, no? Arjuna says, nobody can explain you. You only should explain about yourself. So Bhagavan himself explained about himself. At the same time, Arjuna didn't ask any question. No, Bhagi, Arjuna is still like all of us. Tala suttaradu. He doesn't understand. Bhagavan says, suddenly he's inside, he's outside, he's everywhere, he's a friend. He's accepting. How is it possible? Head is reeling. Your head not reeling now? When you think about Bhagavan, head is reeling or not now? Exactly same state for Arjuna. So Bhagavan said, okay. Now I'll now give you a new topic. I'll start a new topic so that your head doesn't reel. Your head starts focusing and becomes calm. So Bhagavan says he wants to start with something that is already told. And he wants to make sure Arjuna doesn't ask the question about sannyasam again. Nah. Bhagavan is trying his level best to say that, hey Arjuna, don't ask about sannyasam. But even in the 18th chapter, first sloka is sannyasam. Nah. Huttidguna sutru hogodilla. Nah. What is no there in you inherently never go even if you burn the body. With that, here itself Bhagavan wants to put an end by giving what? A few slokas to complete the discussion on the sannyasam topic. Clear? Huh? We also got some lot of doubts, right? So Bhagavan wants to put an end to the topic. What? Jatilo mundi lunchita keshaha kashayambara bhukrita veshaha udara nimittam pashyanna pichana pashyati moodaha udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. What is the meaning of this sloka? Balarajan. Jatilo mundi lunchita keshaha. Person has taken to sannyasam. For what? Udara nimittam. For the sake of, some people say, Somu sir, if you take sannyasam, sit below a tree, he will give you a lot of good fruits. Food alla kudupanga. Free food. Free food ka sannyasam edukirudhu. Clear? So please understand. So Bhagavan says, forget about that sannyasam. That is separate for only what? Na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amrutatvamanashuhu parena na kannihi tanguhayam vibhrata tetatayo vishanti vedanta vijnana sunischitartha sannyasa yoga. Person studies properly all the steps you do, then you take sannyasam. That is different. Now you see what is sannyasi. Bhagavan is now once again giving a definition of sannyasi. Says first step is that one who performs actions without expecting any results. Bhagavan wants to focus on karma yoga again and again. Bhagavan is defining sannyasi having these two key principles. What are they? One who is performing actions that are to be done, but not expecting results. See, we can do something that is not required and not expect results. We can go and hit somebody and also escape without expecting results. We'll get results for that. Here you are supposed to do right work, all your daily rituals, and also not expect results. First criteria Bhagavan is saying, one who can perform. So 2-3 definitions Bhagavan is giving. First definition here is that if anybody is able to perform actions without expecting results, what does it mean? Whatever we are doing, yajnam, dhanam, tapas, puja, japa, homa, if you have the bhavana, the attitude that all this I am doing for my chitta shuddhi, purity of mind, I don't want money, I don't want position, I don't want power, I don't want anything. When you reach a stage in life, when you're able to do what? All your karma as karma yoga, Bhagavan gives title to that person as sannyasi. See? So a person who is able to do all the actions without expectation of results. That means what? That is one of the key aspects of sannyasi. Clear? Are you getting the point? That is the key aspect. So without any expectation means what? Next level, desirelessness. Can we reach the stage? Can we have desireless state? Have we reached the state of desirelessness? See, what is the point in wearing sannyasa vesham? Vesham means, you know, what is vesham? Dress. Then what you do? how to collect money from people, what building to build, what land to acquire. If you're going on planning and scheming, better be a businessman. Wear a very good, three-piece suit, sit in a good office room and do all this planning. A realtor, you can become a realtor, right? They call realtor. You know why they call realtors, Kumar Ji? They do only unreal things. Why they call realtors? Baffling. Is that what sannyas is supposed to do? Very nice. Correct. Very important. So, Bhagavan is saying, important aspect of being a sannyasi. Why? Sannyasi is not external. Please understand. External Vesha Bhusham is only for a Peetadipathi who is going to give guidance. That is separate. For all other people, if you want to have the called sannyasa buddhi, please understand. Manasa sannyasam. Manasikam, please understand. So Bhagavan is saying, one who performs actions that are to be done. That means what? You cannot escape. Please understand, you are supposed to do all the daily rituals, Trikala, Sandhyavandhanam, Puja, Japa, whatever the daily schedule I've been talking. You have to do it. Initially, you do it expecting results for a period of time. And I keep saying, what is the golden formula? You got all responsibility, children, grandchildren, all. To some extent, they can be settled, then go for Karma Yoga. Don't wait for a great grandchildren to get settled, then start Karma Yoga. Somebody said, you wait. Bhagavan came and said, I will give you moksham. Sir, this fellow told, you wait. I want my great-great-grandchild to get married. Then I'll come. What is this? And again, some place you have to put a full stop and say, fine, I am done. Correct? So, start practicing slowly. One day you will reach desireless state, actions to be performed. That means what Bhagavan is saying? You are responsible, you got a family, you have to do the duty. Do your duty, but you do it for what? Chitta Shuddhi, without expecting results. That person is a sannyasi, Bhagavan is declaring. Can be called a sannyasi and not a person merely renouncing rituals. So when you take to Krama Sannyasam or the systematic sannyasam, you are given the license to give up all the karmas. Atma Gnanam. Sannyasam, when people take, they remove the 𝐒𝐤𝐚𝐫𝐚 and the shikha. Those two are indications of doing all the karmas. So one of the ways is to do this and get away from karma. So Bhagavan says, not just giving up actions or around your rituals. Just mere renounce or ritual cannot be called a sannyasi. Even if you renounce all your actions, karmas, are you able to further do any other action that you're supposed to do without any expectations? Without expecting the results. That means what? Results will happen automatically. My mind is not focused on results. So Bhagavan says that person can be called a sannyasi. Same sannyasi can be called a yogi also. And that cannot happen merely by renouncing activity. So Bhagavan is coming again and again. He is not allowing you to escape from duty. Clear? Can you see the central message? You have to, especially for Arjuna, targeted at Arjuna. Targeted messaging. Today is targeted marketing. Like that, targeting Arjuna is saying, you cannot give up your duty. You do your duty, don't expect results. So that's the first sloka. Continuation of the 5th chapter. Let's see. Padavibhaga Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Slightly technical sloka, so pay attention. Grammar is slightly important here. Words are slightly tough, so make notes. Anashritaha karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha saha sannyasi dirgham sannyasi cha yogi cha niragnihi. Write down the word niragnihi. Very important. When you make mistake in the sloka, niragnihi, na. Niragnihi plus na, niragnirna. Clear? Cha akriyaha. It is not kriyaha. It is akriyaha. So write down two important words. Niragnihi and akriyaha. Kriyaha opposite akriyaha. Agnihi opposite niragnihi. Two opposite negatives have been used by Bhagavan. Are you able to follow? Can 5 people say you're following? Today I'm doing a bit fast. I know that. Yes or no? This pace is okay? Can I keep up this pace? You will follow? Clear. Now look at the Anvaya. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Saha Yaha Karoti. Karma Karyam. That's why the Anvaya is slightly tough. Karma Karyam. This is first set. Saha Yaha Karoti Karma Karyam. Second set. Anashritaha Karma Phalam. Anashritaha came, no? Anashritaha Karma Phalam. Second. Sannyasi. Next. Cha na niragnihi. See, na niragnihi. See, agnihi, niragnihi, na niragnihi. Can you read that? Nice sloka, beautiful sloka. Agnihi, niragnihi, na niragnihi. Cha na niragnihi. Cha yogi. Cha na akriyaha. I told you, beautiful. It's a jumble of words. Kriyaha, akriyaha, na akriyaha. Ram Ram Subhu are enjoying. The sloka should be enjoyed from all standpoints. Clear now? Anvaya is clear, PV18? Only if you understand the sloka will be clear to you. Very good. 16. Now, meaning, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan, who is Bhagavan? Who is God? Bhaga is called Bhagavan. Suktam. Ratri solla kodadhu. I'll tell you in the morning. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Okay. What is that? Saha Yaha Karoti. Write down. Very important. Underline this. Saha. Pullingam, but whosoever. He or she. No, I keep saying. This is all what Arjuna is what? Saha. No, because pullingam. Don't say only for no male members. Ganesh Ramurti. It's all for everybody. Universal. Gita is universal. He or she. Yaha. Whosoever. Karoti. That means what? Perform. That means what you have to do. Whereas sannyasam classical definition is give up. Don't do. Now, Bhagavan says, he who performs. Can you see now? You understand Gita like this, you will find the beauty of Gita. He or she who performs karma karyam. Karma, action, the ritual, the duties. Karyam na those that are to be done. Karyate havashah karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Clear? Karyam na that are to be done. You cannot, you don't have license to give up the work. So he or she who performs those actions or activities or rituals that are to be done, importantly, anashritaha. Ashritam na some expectation, some leaning. Anashritaha means without expectation of what? Karma phalam, the result of action. Can you clearly see? Bhagavan is saying, he or she who performs the actions to be done without expecting the result of action. Clear? Do you understand the construction of the sloka? That person can be called as, according to Bhagavan, sannyasi. Now you want to take the popular worldly definition or you want to take Bhagavan's definition? Whose word should be given more importance? Somu, so, smartest person, what you should do is, when you see a sannyasi with what? Detilo, mundi, lunchita, keshaha, kashayambara, bhukrita veshaha, observe whether the person has no selfish interest. Observe whether the person is doing for sake of money, position, power, glory and all those things. If you find those characteristics, even though the person is wearing sannyasa vesham, cannot be called a sannyasi. You can use this sloka very effectively. Clear? So, important thing is performing actions without expectations of the results of action. That person can be called a sannyasi. Not somebody cha na niragnihi. I told you agnihi, niragnihi, Naniragnihi. Agnihi means what? One who is performing Agni Karyam. All the karmas the person is doing. And then what? Niragnihi means what? Has given up all the Agni Karyam. Niragnihi means what? Given up all the Agni Karyam. Na Niragnihi, not a person who has given up the Agni Karyam. You understand? 𝐿𝐕𝐢 arthakta. So, Bhagavan is saying, just by giving up Agni Karmas, I will not call the person sannyasi. I will call the person sannyasi only if the person is able to perform desireless action. Sannyasam itself means giving up. If you don't give up the desire in the mind, what point in taking sannyasam? Are you getting the point? The sannyasi is supposed to give up everything and also give up the thought that I have given up everything. Sannyasa, we go to some other place. Next year you come to Bangalore. Example, when you go through your home, sannyasi is going through. See, this house was my house. I have given up. That lady was my wife. I have given up. Sannyasi Allah. Understand the point? Getting the point? So, even the thought of having given up, one has to give up. So, Bhagavan is saying, give up the what? Results of action to begin with. And so, not a mere renouncer of rituals. Person who merely renounces the rituals will not be given the sannyasi title. Cha yogi. Moreover, the person can be called a yogi. He is a yogi. Cha na akriyaha. Kriyaha, akriyaha, na kriyaha. Are you able to understand? Follow this? Grammar, Sojanya, Arthakta, yeah. So, not a renouncer of activities. So, neither a renouncer of rituals or nor a renouncer of actions. That means what? I'll not do anything. I'll just keep silent, sitting on corner. Just because somebody is sitting on corner, I'm thinking what all building I should build. Person cannot be called a yogi or a sannyasi. Clear? Huh? What is summary? The mind has to be pure. Mind has to be free from desire. Desirelessness is most important for a sannyasi. Let's stand the sloka. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sannyasi cha yogi cha naniragnirna chakriyaha. Now all of you go to the e-book. I'll give a brief introduction of Dhyana Yoga for 3 minutes and then close it quickly. I know all of you are waiting for the IPL match. Right. Anyway, now what is the goal of the 6th chapter? Dhyana Yoga, Atma Samyama Yoga. So, once again, Bhagavan wants to re-emphasize the beginning that sannyasa and grihastha lifestyles both can lead to jnana and moksha. Repeating again. Okay. Look at the ebook, it's all there. Second goal is how do you understand what? How do you understand the true nature of Atman? How do you understand the true nature of Atman? That means what? By mentioning that one can be also a person who's doing work, but can give up the desire orientation. That means what? You can be a grihastha also, maintain moksham. Important, desireless is important. Second point, Bhagavan wants to mention what are the key steps. So, what are the key steps that you need to do to get mastery over meditation? Important step that you need to practice, sadhana that you need to practice is meditation. And for that, there are a few steps. All of you, please note down. Unlike all your meditation courses, the key thing Bhagavan is emphasizing is if you have to do dhyanam or meditation, first thing it's called Bhahiranga Sadhana. Write down. Bhahiranga Sadhana. Angam means what? What is Angam? You all know Angam? Limb, an element, an aspect. Write down 2 aspects are there for dhyanam. Bahirangam, Antarangam. Bahihi plus Angam, Bahirangam. Antaha plus Angam, Antarangam. Clear? Note down these 2 technical terms. So, There are certain sadhanas or practices that you need to do. What? Day in and day out. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year in a very regulated fashion. If you have to achieve proficiency in Dhyanam, clear, huh? You cannot go on merrymaking, go on a ocean tour, have some kind of party and all, then sit down for meditation next day morning. Are you getting the point? You cannot eat some junk food and hope that meditation is successful next day morning. Impossible. Unless, my Swamiji used to say beautifully, if you have to do 15 minutes dhyanam every day properly, you are 23 hours, 45 minutes, correct? 24 hours extra. 23 hours, 45 minutes, life has to be regulated, including sleep. So all the activities, Bhagavan will give all the tips and tools that has to be modulated, regulated properly. That is called as Bahiranga Sadhanam. Bahihina, external. That means what? Not directly related to Dhyanam, but very important component. Madhuhari's understanding, no? Bahiranga Sadhanam. Clear? Then just before doing Dhyanam, you have to have certain other things in focus. See, Bhagavan is beautifully separating. Literally no meditation course in the world can teach you systematically authentic traditional meditation. In fact, 99% don't know that Bhagavan dedicated an entire chapter in Bhagavad Gita to Dhyanam, meditation. Please understand, follow this systematically. Second step is just before getting into the meditation, Antaranga Sadhanam. It's like, put a circle, for example, pictorially, put a circle. When you're entering meditation, you're sitting within the circle. When you're not doing meditation, you're outside the circle. Can you understand what I'm saying? Outside the circle, what all you need to do is called Bahiranga Sadhanam. When you get into the circle for doing meditation, it is called Antaranga Sadhanam. Is it clear? In pictorial. Can few of you say your understanding? If you want to pictorially start representing these steps, put a circle. Put yourself in the middle, like this pose. Okay, if you want. Okay. So when you are Antarangam, inside, what you need to do? When you're outside the circle, what you need to do? Clear? Bhagavan is going to explain all that clearly. Then after you get into the circle, Antaranga sadhana, you start the process of meditation. Bhagavan is going to say, what is the process of meditation? He'll explain what is dhyana swarupam. How can I say that I am in dhyanam? Just because we close my eyes, can I say I'm in dhyanam? You may be even sleeping. Dhyanam and sleeping is not very different. Very small difference is there. That's all. Some people say, when I start doing dhyanam, I'm going to sleep. So please understand. So, how do you know whether I am dhyanam? What is dhyana swarupam? What is nature of dhyanam? Bhagavan is going to say that. And why should I struggle so much? What Gayatri Rahul? Why should I do all Bahiranga Sadhanam, Antaranga Sadhanam, sit down? Why should I do? There is some benefit you're going to get, supreme benefit. Sukham akshayam ashnute. Dhyana phalam. Bhagavan is going to say, what is the benefit of dhyanam? You see, without even explaining what is the benefit of dhyanam, people teach meditation courses. Correct? They say, you breathe like this, breathe left, right, center. Subramanian sir. Program the left, right, center. Breathing left, right, center. Dhyana phalam. Clear? That is the next Bhagavan. Next what? Now all this is fine. Question will come, sir, if I follow 1, 2, 3, it's okay, but many things I may not be able to follow properly. So Bhagavan is very carefully saying, what are the obstacles to dhyanam? Dhyana pratibandham. Pratibandham means when you start the process. So today you take a decision. Okay, I'm going to start becoming proficient in dhyanam. I will start following. Immediately you cannot become dhyana yogi. Srini Swami, understand? If you decide today, tomorrow you cannot become. As and when you start the process, lot of things will be obstacles. Yes or no? Small change you try in life, is it possible? Difficult, right? So similarly, dhyanam is the highest sadhana one can do. I keep saying traditional dhyanam. So you'll meet a lot of obstacles. So Bhagavan is going to explain what are the obstacles you are going to face, And what is the pariharam? How to solve all those obstacles? See, all the steps, step by step, Bhagavan is taking you. Then finally, another question will come. Sir, fine, sir, I try my level best in this life, sir. I keep on trying. But with all the effort, if I don't succeed, if I don't succeed in this life, what will happen to me? At least if you have left me alone, never introduced Dhyanam, Gita, I would have enjoyed life. I would have done party, I would have done dancing, eating, all I would have done merrymaking. I gave up that for Dhyanam. I came to Dhyanam also, I didn't get proficiency or success in the spiritual life. What will happen to me? Na ghar ka na ghat ka. You know, see the Satish Ore? Manenu illa, kaadu illa. Na veedu illa, kaadu illa. Engada porudhu appdin kettaanla. So Bhagavan says, don't worry. Don't worry. All the effort that you put in this life will carry you over to the next life. You will exactly begin where you left. Kumarji, now you understand why you should put more and more effort in this life? Wherever you left, all the effort, that means what? Suppose you had gone, you learned Japam, Dhyanam, Puja, Homa. You will not spend another 80 years learning all that in the next life. Very early in life, you will go beyond all this karma. Everything you land in Dhyanam very quickly. And then quickly you will get moksham in the next life. Can you see what Bhagavan is saying? So nothing to worry. Whatever effort you put in this process, spiritual process, will never go waste. Clear, huh? You may put money in the bank. Bank will go diwal. Bank will go for a toss. But you put effort in this sadhana, you will now, whether by God's grace, if it is there is no pratibandham. Sringeri Acharya used to say in many upanyasams, there is no pratibandham in this life, you will get moksham in this life itself. If there is some obstacle, you will definitely continue from where you left. Clear, huh? And so finally, Bhagavan ends this chapter by praising the Dhyana Yogi. Tasmad Yogi Bhavarjuna. Become a Dhyana Yogi. Learn meditation properly, systematically. Bhagavan is saying, I am teaching you. So learn properly. A Dhyana Yogi is the greatest sadhak one can get on planet Earth. That's clear, huh? So with this, all of us are ready to do Dhyanam. Step by step, all the steps beginning next Thursday morning, India, we will continue. It's an excellent chapter. I've heard this, I learned it from 3 different gurus for decades. Also practice, the results are immeasurable. Let me tell you, results are immeasurable. If you want to have supreme peace and ultimately Jnanam, this is the best sadhana. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gita Samvatsara Vaibhavam.
Namaste, Guruji.
Rata ma'am, chant padunga.
Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Ekadashodhyayah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Mate Vyatamacha Vimudha Bhavaha. Drishtva Rupam Ghorami Vyapeta Bhipritamana Punastvam. Tadeva me Rupamidam Prapashya. Sanjaya Uvacha. Ityarjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyaha Ashvasayamasa cha Bhitamenam Bhutva Punas Saumya Vapur Mahatma. Arjuna Uvacha Drishtvedam Manusham Rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idanim Asmi Samvrittaha Sacheta Prakritim Gataha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drishtvanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kankshinaha Naham Vedetna Tapasa Nadanena na Chejyaya Shakya Evam Vidho Drashtum Drishtavanasi Mam Yatha Bhaktya Tvananyaya Shakya Ahamevam vidhorjuna Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena Praveshtum cha parantapa Matkarma krin matparamaha Madbhakta sangha varjitaha निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु यः स मामेति पाण्डव। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगो नाम एकादशोऽध्यायः।
Hello, meet Anna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very nice chanting, Lata madam. Excellent. Keep it up.
Namaste.
All the shlokas are very powerful. Slowly, chant with knowing the meaning. Clear? So, in about 12 hours from now, we will now continue the 17th chapter. What is it called as? 17. Don't forget. Very important chapter. Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogaha. Very practical chapter. All of you please attend that and learn about yourself. It is more about learning about yourself and how to move towards proper path and become a good dhyana. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsate. Krishna 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 Krishna. Shubhamastu samasta san mangalani bhavantu satyayata. Hari Om Narayana. Couple of things. Satish, please get together with Vishwajit. Complete our ebook, Gita chanting ebook. Okay? Martira Satish avare? Huh? Napuru madidine. Huh? Satish. You started writing the ebook. Huh? Forgot, no? Okay. You're supposed final editing you're supposed to do along with Vishwajit Iyer. Complete it. Release it on April 14th on Shankara Jayanti. Then we are planning on 𝐕𝐚𝐲𝐤 Shankara Jayanti. We will plan later. Okay, clear? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Narayana Narayana.